like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Colby Rebel Show. I am your host, Colby Rebel, where my goal is to answer that question or make that connection. So we are streaming live here, so feel free to put your question in the comment or your connection. I do have some random guests here where we will be making a connection for them as well. So feel free to join us. We have a couple things coming up that I want to share with you. We have a couple of things coming up. So our development circles, the first ones of 2023, are starting next week. We have our advanced circle, which is starting Tuesday night. It's 4 Tuesday nights from 6:30 to 8:30. And this is really just a great opportunity for you to hone your gifts further, build that practice, build that confidence, really make some new friends, and get yourself outside of that comfort zone, pushing yourself. We also have a beginner's circle. So for someone who is newer and wanting to dabble or play or figure out your modality, or again, just kind of work through your comfort zone, work past fear, we have our beginners development circle there as well. Okay. A couple other things coming up, the spiritual business mentoring. So I'll tell you what, 2023 is a fantastic time to start launching your spiritual business. And if you already have one, how do you grow it? How do you maximize it? Again, how do you really build a business that's in alignment with your purpose, with your soul, with your principles, and what is it you want to offer to your ideal clients? So we meet in a group, and that starts in February. There's 4 Thursdays that we meet, and we have a really great time. And many of the students take it over and over because they love it so much. So feel free to check that out as well. Okay. Well, let's just kind of dive in here, everybody, and see what's going on. Let's start with Misty.
Hi.
Hi there, Misty. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. What can I do for you tonight?
Me and my fiance have been talking about moving, possibly even
Okay.
out of state, and I just don't know. I'm on the fence about it, and I just didn't know if maybe you've seen that in the future, move out of state, and if that goes well for us or.
It does. You know what? Immediately, I do feel like you move out of state. And actually, I keep seeing you move. I don't know if you guys have a goal of where you were looking. I will just say I'm kind of seeing northwestern area. So I don't know if you were thinking of Washington, Oregon, but that's really what I saw first and foremost around you guys. Just getting you to a place that feels like we have a home, but it's a little vibey. It feels like a sense of community. So I'm just curious, did you guys talk about where you would potentially move?
Um, he wants somewhere warmer, which I'm not opposed to as well. I just want a good place for our kids to grow up in
Yeah,
as well, and I don't like big cities, nothing like that. So.
yeah.
Like you said, homey kind of like that, like,
That's what
so
it feels like. It feels like it's homey and community, a sense of really strong community around you. Also, I will say if we were to go in the warmer direction, I feel like Texas would be really good,
really.
possibly Florida. So it just feels like maybe a smaller area. But those are the big ones. Like it feels like big areas. It's not, I don't really feel the Midwest. I'm not feeling California. So, I mean, those is like these little pockets because I also feel it. You know what's interesting? I wonder if your fiance doesn't want to pay taxes. Only because the states I mentioned don't have state tax, right? I think most of them. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
wondering if
possible.
it'd be funny to ask if like there's something you guys want to do where you're like, okay, wait a second. We really want to maximize our money, have it go further.
Yeah,
We don't really want to have to pay the government.
I
So
could see that. That could be his motive. I just don't know
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe just find out. But I definitely feel like it's there. And I feel like it's a place where you guys can grow, have kids, and it really, really feels really good for you guys. Okay. So try not to be too afraid of making that change. It feels good. Where are you located now, Misty?
Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, I definitely feel like there's a change from Pennsylvania. Also, I mean, just even keep in mind, Washington and Oregon are definitely going to be warmer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a different
absolutely.
environment a lot too. So my answer is yes, I do feel like it. I feel like it's within the next year or two that I see this happening as well.
Okay, because we've really been focused on that, and I'm the one that's kind of on the fence with it. So yeah, okay,
Yeah, it's going to be great. I feel like you're going to love it. And I feel like it's going to give you guys a really great opportunity to build together. Okay.
perfect. Thank you
Good.
so much.
You are welcome, Misty.
Have a
Uh,
good night.
thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.
Let's bring in Kim here. Hi,
Hello.
Kim. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm good. And you?
Good, good. What can I
Good.
do for you tonight?
I connect with my nephew,
Okay, got it. Can I just get his first name? Do you mind?
Christopher.
Okay, got it. I'm just tuning into him. You know what I love? The first thing he brings in is a smile to me. So I feel like he brings in just a really warm smile. He really gives me a sense where, Kim, I just feel like I feel like his passing was quick. Would you understand a quick passing around him?
Yes.
And also a sense of struggle with him. Would you understand him struggling or a sense of struggle with where he was in his life at the time of his passing?
Yes.
Okay. Because he really gives me a feeling of trying to get the ball rolling. I feel like he was just at a place of trying to get things going or trying to get the ball rolling. Gives me a sense of feeling excited though about the future, excited about what was coming up. I just feel like with him, so I don't know. Sometimes he just didn't quite know exactly what direction. I mean, I just see a little bit of back and forth with him as well. But he gives me a big smile and letting me know that he's okay now. He really shares with me a sense of, I do feel like this was unexpected with him. Do you know if he just liked to party at all, or would that make sense, or do you not know that about him?
No, he wasn't old enough.
Okay. He gives me a sense of, then would you understand him being a bit of a free spirit or a bit of fun loving? To me, there's a smile with him, or to me, there's a joy with him. Do you understand that?
Um,
Or do you
yeah,
not know?
I don't really know. He was pretty young.
Okay. I feel like what I guess for me from the other side, he's really sharing his soul. And he really gives me a share. I get someone who would be bright, someone who would be loving to cheer people on. I really get a sense where wanting to bring goodness to people. So I see a lot of that around his personality. So even though he's young and you may not have had a chance to experience it, maybe that's something that you can share with the family, okay? Because that's what he gives me of what his soul is about. But I just feel like with him there's a little bit of to me there's a little bit of struggle around the quick passing. Okay, Kim? So
Mhm.
either there's a health issue that we're concerned about, or just there's just something happening where I feel like he's quite the little fighter. I just feel like he's fighting hard and trying to fight hard, but I just feel like the circumstances were overwhelming to him. So maybe just not quite strong enough to conquer. But I just feel like he just gives me a sense of just letting you know that he just really makes me feel like he's okay. I just really feel like he's okay. And but it's also spreading his love around. Okay. So I think I feel like sharing who he is, even he just shows me this like little angel face. So it's just sharing like this little angel face and sharing this like this beautiful peace around him. And I know it's like hard to feel like, hey, he didn't have much time here in the physical. But what I do get around is that I feel like he did bring light, he did bring love to those who had a chance to know him and to hold him. Okay. And I think just to let his parents know, I think first and foremost, if you can pass the message, Mark, just to let his parents know that, he's okay. I swear, though, he's like a little angel. I swear, like he just shows me little angel wings, little wings. So I know he presents himself a lot around his family, trying to reassure them that he is okay, and not to worry about him. But I also feel like I really get the sense too that he carries on. So, do you know if he has siblings, Kim? Is that right? Because I feel like
No.
there's going to be, okay.
Oh, his mom does. Yeah,
Okay, got it.
his
Okay,
mom has
okay.
kids.
Okay, that's what it is. So I feel like though there's something where he just wants that light to carry on or that light to carry forward. Okay. So not to give up on the light, not to give up for it. So also I don't know. I feel like it's just letting them know that somehow I feel like he keeps staying in their lives. So just to pay attention to the signs and symbols of him being around and him letting them know that he is with them. Okay. But I definitely feel like angel signs, angel wings, 1111. Like there's a lot of that to let them know that he's okay and that he's very much around them. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
you're welcome. I will leave that with you, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, Kim. Lots of love to you.
You too. Thanks.
Okay, let's bring on Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Colby.
Hi there. What can I do for you tonight?
I'm just curious what you're picking up around love. It's been quite some time, but had a couple hiccups over the last couple years. So,
Okay, got it. So I feel like around love, I definitely feel that this year it improves. So I do want to say that. I feel like this year it improves. And it's kind of nice. I mean, I think the good thing though is I feel like last year, especially maybe towards the end of last year, you really worked on boundaries. So I feel like it was a lot of like letting people go that may not have been the easiest situation, but one you knew you needed to do in order to better yourself, in order to kind of know to kind of have that strong connection. So I feel like just having those boundaries and telling the universe like, hey, wait a second, this is what I need and this is what I want, I feel like now starts to bring it in. But also I feel like you're ready to have more fun as well. So I'm seeing that around you, like, hey, wait a second, you know what? I think I'm tired of hitting pause. It's almost like you'd see someone and just kind of discuss. I mean, I'll tell you what, you were with a couple of people that I think could hide things for quite a while, and then you figured it out. And then you're like, okay, are you kidding me? Like, oh my gosh. And I just feel like it's letting them go. It's letting them go and being open to having more fun, being more playful. And I just feel like I see a relationship stepping in. Honestly, Michelle, I think if you keep going in the direction that you're going and having fun, trying new things, I can see too, like you're changing your look. I don't know if it's just that we did something with our look or our clothes or our hair, but I see that changing. And I just feel like it's like, you know what? Yes, I'm doing this. I'm putting myself out there and I'm trying. And I feel like that's what brings in this person for you. Okay. So
Okay.
it's letting yourself have that and letting yourself putting it out there for that. Okay. I know the social media apps are really hard for you, but I keep hearing not to give up on them. Not to give up. I feel like you may meet someone that way, so don't give up on it. Okay, just
Okay.
kind of keep putting it out there, and don't be afraid to ask the harder questions. I think sometimes you're super polite and you just, oh, I'm just gonna get to know them. No, let them like. No, I think just ask those questions, put the fire under their behind. And, those who are excited, will want to keep moving forward. I think what's also really important, no more you no more dating someone who's going through a transition. I feel like you're so there fixing people and you're like, oh, I totally understand where they are. No more. You want someone who's been through it, who's done it, who's ready for a serious commitment. And I feel like that's going to help you as well. Okay.
Yes, you're bang on.
Okay. So I do believe that. I feel like it's going to be really great for you. I feel like there's a lot of support for you as well. Okay. So it's knowing that there's a lot of support for you, and I think that that's going to help. Okay. And I'll just leave that with you.
Thank you so much. Both my
Let's do
parents
it.
today are in heaven. So yeah, you nailed it. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome, Michelle. You've got this. Okay.
Thank you. Many
Yeah.
blessings.
Many blessings to you too. Good. Thank you. Here we go. Let me take a look here. I had one. I have one right here. Debbie, today is my sister's 3rd anniversary of her birth. Debbie. Oh my gosh, Debbie, I hope you are watching and listening and then can put your name in the comment, answer me back in the comments. But Debbie, I got to tell you, your sister is such a hoot. I feel like your sister is all over the place. I think I get a real strong sense from your sister that she all over the place. I mean, that's really the first thing that's coming in. She's like wanting to handle a lot of different things, a lot of energy around her, Debbie. And I really feel like with her, there's a sense where I feel like if anyone was going to tell you how it is, it's her. I would say, do not cross her. Do not cross anyone in her family. Very fierce, very protective, but also just a lot of love. I also get a sense. I wonder if there was a raspiness in her voice, because I feel like when I talk to her, so either maybe that she's a smoker, or there's a raspiness in her voice, or something along those lines with her, because she brings me to her neck and her voice. So I get that around her as well. Yes, a smoker. Okay. I also, Debbie, I do. It's interesting because I feel like there may have been a cancer connection with her as well. I know you said smoker, but I feel like there may have been a cancer connection. So I get that sense from her as well. Or either that, or just her congestive heart failure. So there may be like some COPD or that's the sense I'm getting with her. But I feel like nothing could hold her back. I feel like nothing could kind of contain her. Okay. And so with that, I feel like she comes out just ready to go, ready to rock and roll. Also, I'm wondering, I know this sounds strange, if there happened to be a bowling connection with her. She just showed me bowling. I don't know if you do bowling. She did bowling. She had a lot of health problems. Okay. But I'm wondering too if there COPD is one of them. Okay. So I'm wondering too if there is a sense of bowling, or you guys had a connection to bowling at all. But she shows me the bowling as well. But I know that she is doing fine. Oh, we are all bowlers. Oh, isn't that funny? Well, she lets me know that she's doing just fine, obviously, on the other side. I do believe she's with parents as well, Debbie. So we may have mom, dad on the other side, because she lets me know that she's with family. So she gives me that around her as well. Okay. And she lets me know that. I just know that, she lets me know that she is okay. She just shows me, just Debbie, picking yourself up. She is with your husband. Okay. Just picking yourself up. That's really, she's strong. She's a little pushy. And it's almost like she's the bossy one. Just pick yourself up, Debbie. Just pick yourself up. You've got this. And letting you know that you can do this. Okay. So, and mom and dad have passed. So, she's letting us know she's with them. And they're all doing just fine. I know sometimes you feel like you are behind. I know sometimes you feel like, hey, I'm left behind. Everybody's there. Everybody is there but me. But they're just letting you know you've got too much to do here. Okay. There's a lot for you to do. So they're just kind of sticking with you, sticking on top of things, letting you know that they're all around. You've got so much love and support, but it is very, very much your time to kind of start picking yourself up and really letting yourself make those decisions to help you move forward. Okay. So I will leave that with you, honey. Alrighty. Okay. So let us bring Miss Chelsea on here. So we've got Chelsea, and Chelsea, hi, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm all right.
Okay, so your dad passed not too long ago, and you're just trying to work on like, how do I get by? How do I do this? Right?
Yeah.
A couple of things here. I just want to talk to your dad, if that's okay first, and then we'll see what he says about moving on, right? Your dad comes through with just so much strength. I mean, that's the first thing. I just feel like he was a strong person or a strong presence. That's what I feel around your dad, you know? And I feel like he absolutely loved his family. He gives me a sense too, Chelsea. I feel like there's a strong pride in what he has for his culture or for his upbringing. Like he just gives me a sense of being proud. So I'm not exactly sure where you guys are from, but he gives me a sense of being proud from where you are, and proud from where he has come and where he has brought his family. So you know, that's pretty interesting around him, you know. And he shows me a sense of fun loving with him as well. Like I feel like dad would be up for a party, up for, you know, getting the family together. Let's all have fun. I feel like he gives me a sense of loving, like just having the music on, having everyone laughing. Like that's just his vibe. Does that make sense to you, Chelsea?
Yes, it's funny. He has these Bose speakers and and everybody hated it because he would blare his music as loud as it goes. And like nobody liked it because it's like this hard rock music.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
that's my dad. Like that's just kind of how he vibed. Like
Yeah.
he would definitely do that all the time.
Yeah, he just gives me a strong connection to music, and he didn't care that you guys didn't like it. That doesn't
No.
matter to him.
No.
He doesn't care. But I feel like, you know, what's interesting is he shows me of getting everybody together. He liked getting everybody together. He liked having like the cookouts, the gatherings, that sort of thing. But he also shows me that I just feel like too, he's a bit wacky. I mean, we didn't really know what to expect from him sometimes. I think he was full of surprises, and I think that was fun, you know. And you know what's weird? He didn't happen to have a van by any chance. Do you remember a van at all, Chelsea? Or
No, I have the van.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
But it was in his name.
Oh, got it. Okay. Okay, got it. I feel like if he had the van, it would be the party van, but I feel like he just talks about the van. And just talks
It was the
about
party van for me. He didn't
Okay.
like it much.
Okay, got it. That's so funny. But he also shares, you know, I also feel like he has grandbabies. Is that right? Do we have grandbabies for him?
Yes, my kids were very, very special to him.
He talks about he just gives me goosebumps, and he talks about his grandbabies and like bear hugs with the grandbabies, big old hugs. Like I think he could pick them both up in his arms and you know, give me like this big like grab them all together. Do you know what I mean?
I got
and
twins.
Oh, that's what it is. Isn't that funny? So, you know what's interesting then also picking them up together, very symbolic, right? Okay. And I just feel like there's a sense too of wanting to teach them very boyish things. So I feel like whether it's, you know, wrestling on the ground with them, rather giving them like big old hugs, you know, so that's what's interesting. Do you happen to have daughters, Chelsea, by chance?
Oh, yeah, 4 of them.
Okay, because it makes me feel like he did not care that these were little girls. He was gonna he was gonna teach them everything. He was gonna teach them to be strong, to stand up for themselves. And he just gives me a lot of love, a lot of bundles, and a lot of love for them. Do you understand that?
He loved them very much, and he did not treat them based off of their gender, like little
No,
princesses. He did not
no,
gender
mm-mm,
them.
not at all. And that's what's actually really, interesting is that he isn't, okay? He wants them to be strong, empowered women. And that's what I think it's his tribe. I feel like this is him. But I know you and your dad were very, very close. I mean, he just gives me a sense of, feeling I think he loves his family, feels close to his kids all around. But I feel like, he lets me know that he appreciates you guys being there for him and you guys helping him. And I do feel like dad had some health issues. Is that right, Chelsea? And there was also, I think actually dad may have had some heart issues as well. I don't know if there's a heart issue or something connected. Does that make sense around it?
Yeah.
But he also gives me a feeling where he sure did love to eat too. So I don't think
It's,
he was willing. I don't think he was willing to do anything healthier.
well, it's funny because like a week before he passed, he needed new pants. And I was like, well, do you want me to have some? He was in a rehabilitation hospital. It's like, well, do you want some snacks there? Do you want me to bring you some snacks? He's like, oh, I'd love to, but I really think I need to lose some weight. And I was just thinking yesterday, I'm like, I bet you he really would have liked to have some snacks before he passed away.
Yeah, he just gives me the sense of some darn food. He loved. I think he loved it. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think he knew he could do a little better on taking care of his health. I mean, we all knew that. He said the whole family knew that, but he
Yeah.
also he really enjoyed his life. He enjoyed his everyday life, Chelsea, and I mean, what a beautiful blessing that is. To me, he just makes me feel like he was warm. He's loving. He's lovable. I feel like the kids love being around him. I feel like we didn't know what to expect from him. And I also feel like he felt spoiled. So I think you have some sisters too. Is that right, Chelsea? Is there
I have
you
a
and some
brother.
Okay, so your brother, and he just makes me feel like he feels so loved, okay? And that he wouldn't trade anything for the world. And yeah, I don't know. I think in some ways his health issues got the best of him, but he got the best of his experience here. And I think he's very, very just letting you guys know he has no regrets, honey.
Okay.
Okay. I do think if there's one thing, if you want to celebrate him, I think you have a big old dinner for him. I think you do a big old meal, a big old dinner, all the things he shouldn't have had, and just celebrate him, listening to his music. I feel like he absolutely would love it. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
just know that, and I will leave that with you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good. Lots of love to you, honey.
Thank you.
Okay, good, good, good. All right, so here we go. Let us see. We have one here. Oh, Shannon, my dog of 12 years recently passed away at home with me. It was a very surreal experience. She was a very special connection. We had a insight from that. I will tell you, I wish you were live on here with me, but I will just give you what I am getting around it. What's interesting is I feel like she just feels beautiful. She feels very, very insightful, your dog. She feels very much that she could pick up on your vibe. She feels very much where I think the two of you would sit a lot together. I think just sit and she would just love to be by you. She would just love to be with you. I feel like you are at a transition, Shannon. I feel like you personally, there's something happening this year where I feel like you are at a transition, and it's almost like her role is done. I feel like she is able to kind of let you go. Your training with her is done. Her teachings for you are done, and you're ready to graduate. You're ready to move on. So I do feel like that there's a big reason. I feel like her transition with you was beautiful. I know you said surreal, but she just gives me a sense that she felt so loved by you being there, so loved by you being with her. And so I want you to know that there's no fear or no worry for her. I think one of the things I love about animals when they transition, again, your mentorship with her is over. She's done what she can do. She's helped you along, and now it's your turn to fly, your turn to kind of have your wings. And I feel like she's just cheering you on from the other side and giving you the strength and knowing that you can do it. But I also want to let you know that she felt so incredibly loved by you. So you, as a fur baby mommy, have absolutely done your job. And just for you to know that and love that and trust that, and I will leave that with you. Okay. So, all right, we've got Deb here. Let's bring Deb on. Hi,
Hello.
Deb.
Hi,
How are you, honey?
I'm good. Thank you.
What can I do for you tonight?
Well, I retired and now I'm looking what is going to be my next step. I didn't want to retire from work. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
retire from my job. And now
Okay.
I'm looking for my next, well, I don't even know if
Endeavor.
it's career, I don't even know if it's a career, but
I
what's
feel
next?
like, yeah, Deb, I feel first and foremost, it's about pursuing your passion. It's figuring out, hey, what is my passion? And just going with it and having fun. I feel like a big part of I feel like, I see you around people, interacting with people, working with people, consulting, counseling. Like, I see you having so much fun and joy, creating activities, creating a community. Like, I see so much of that being your next steps of your endeavor. Okay. And I
Mhm.
feel like it's like jumping in with both feet. It's not even being shy about it at all. So, can I ask, do you work with your community already, Deb? Is there
Well,
anything that you're working on?
I did, and I was actually what I did is I help people, find their next career. That's what I
Okay,
did
so
for 20
funny.
years. And then I was CEO, which big mistake there because I wasn't working with people anymore. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, so I
yeah,
see that, but then we moved. So now
right.
it's, I'm out of that.
I feel like what would be great, let me just tell you, what would be, again, I feel like financially you're okay. I feel like
Mhm,
financially we don't have to really worry about how much money am I going to make to cover the bills. So
mhm,
again, I want this to be so much about passion and purpose. I feel like there's two kind of directions, but first and foremost, it's either working with some of the elderly to help them become more active and enjoy things that they enjoy doing in their community and creating events and community events and things like that, or it could also be younger people helping them find their direction, helping them find, a purpose. But
mhm.
the word community keeps coming in over and over, Deb. I think it's figuring out. So this move for you feels to be pretty good. Can I ask where you're located now, Deb?
In
And
Wisconsin,
you know what I was going to say? And I don't know anyone from, but I was going to say the Midwest. So I don't know if,
definitely.
okay, yeah. But I feel like you're going to, honestly, I feel like you're going to be very embraced with where you are. Really enjoy it. Also, I think there's a connection to animals with you. So maybe look in your area to see like where can you connect things or where can you bring things in for people. Anything like that, I feel like feels really good. One thing I would love to, I say, I would love for you to take a class on enhancing your spiritual gifts too, because I feel
Mhm,
like you have a strong connection to intuition, a strong connection to your Scooby sense. And maybe it's time to like play with that, explore it, see
mhm.
where that takes you as well.
Okay, I think I'm looking at that. So
Good. Sounds
great.
wonderful. I think you're going to find a way where I feel like for you, opening up those gifts, playing with them, having fun with them, I feel like is going to help you and help you kind of connect and help you help others. Okay.
Okay, thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're welcome. Lots of love to you. Okay, I want to bring this. I know I saw that it was Nikki's birthday. I believe Nikki recently had a birthday, if I'm not mistaken. So I just want to reach out to Nikki just as a little birthday gift to her, and let's see. I feel like, Nikki, you know what's interesting? Past loved ones, but I will say you have so many guides around you at the moment. So there's a lot of guides for you. So I feel like you are on the brink. I don't know if you've been working on telling your story or writing a book, but I keep feeling like for you, there's a lot of energy around people helping you get into that career path even stronger, helping you take those next steps stronger. Okay. And I feel like that's going to be really, really strong for you. I do feel like we've got a male energy around you, Nicole, where this male energy just wants to give you a big hug, feels very fatherly for you. So this may be dad, possibly grandfather on the other side, but just someone who shows very strong, very proud. He gives me a sense of listening to you sing. Okay, so it is dad on the other side, sweetheart. Okay. He's like listening to you sing. I don't believe that you sing, but I think it's what you're sharing with people or what you're teaching people or what you're talking about. So I feel like what he's saying is keep singing, keep using your voice, keep sharing your story, keep helping others. So I feel very strongly that he gives that for you and a lot of love for you. But again, I keep hearing happy birthday. So I believe you had a birthday too, if that's right. But if not, there's a celebration for someone coming in. But I just want to let you know that they are very, very much around you and they give you a lot of love. So yes, the birthday was Tuesday. That's what I thought. So there we go. So just a lot of love from dad, knowing that you were doing it and on your path, and we will send that to you. Okay. So I will leave that to you, sweetheart. Okay, here we go. You know, poor little Kimberly here is desperately wanting a reading. So let's just see who's there. Is anyone hanging out with me? Kimberly, the first person I feel for you is a female on the other side for you, okay? And I feel like this female keeps giving me a sense, pick me. I feel like this female around you gives me a lot of love for you, okay? So she gives me a sense too. I feel this woman gives me a sense of being very, very nurturing, gives me a sense, of course, like she is showing me someone who is in the kitchen. So I do believe that we've got cooking, baking, you know, she gives me a sense of that around her. And that was her way of showing love. It's just making sure that things were fun, things were festive, that we were putting things together. And I just feel like with her, she's giving me a sense of letting you know, I feel like there may be a little bit of a sticking point for you at the moment, Kimberly. She's giving me a sense where you may be at a little bit of feeling down or feeling like you're not really where you want to be, something along that line, because she just gives me a hug for you and just shares with me, telling you to be patient, that it's all about being patient, sweetheart, and know that I'm here, and it's all about timing and trusting the timing around you and letting you know that. Okay. So I will leave that with you, sweetheart. Okay. Oh, true. There we go. So just letting you know that for you. Okay. All right. So I will do that. So a lot of you are saying, hey, who's around me? Or I would love a reading. Got to tell me what you want. What's your question, or who do you want to connect to? This way we get through them quicker. You have an easier chance of me just kind of grabbing going, oh, okay, yeah, let's see. Let's talk to it. Like Amanda here. She wants to talk to dad. So let's do that as quickly as we can here, right? So Amanda, with your dad, I will. So here's what's funny. With your dad, you all saw that, right? So your dad, Amanda, is like here. He's ready. He's on this. He's just giving me a sense of like, So your dad did not like to waste time. I think when your dad wanted to do something, he was on it or he was ready. He gives me a sense of, I don't know. I don't know if he grew up with land. I don't know if he grew up with, I don't know, a farm or something, but he really gives me the sense of saying, hey, I can do this. Your dad was easy to adapt, easy to kind of figure things out around. Okay, Amanda? And I just know that he gives me, you know, you are a tough cookie, and he loves that you're a tough cookie. Okay. So he gives me a real strong sense of you being a tough cookie, and you being you could do anything. And he's very, very just so proud of you. And just know, I think he didn't always get a chance to say that he loved you. He didn't get a chance to kind of express all the time. So I know from the other side gives me a lot of sense of just saying, oh, I love you. Very warm, very big hug, letting you know that he is very, very much around you. So I will leave that with you, sweetheart. Okay. Let's see. Your mom. I guess we're wanting to talk to your mom here. Your mom. I feel like your mom, first and foremost, I feel like your mom is wanting to do her best. I feel like your mom always tried to do her best, Nanette. I feel like she didn't always have a lot of means. I feel like there wasn't always like an abundance of material things, but there was an abundance of love, and there was an abundance of her paying attention. I feel like your mom was a great listener. She loved talking with you. She loved listening to you. And I feel like she just gives us a strong sense of letting you know that she is so much around you. And again, there may be she shows me balloons. So maybe we have celebration, a birthday, anniversary coming up. So she really shares that around you as well. So just let you know that she's okay. And I'll leave that with you because I'm going to try to get one more in here. And lots of love to you. And thanks for asking about my mom, everybody. Again, I want to thank everybody who helped with the GoFundMe. That meant the world to me. I really, really do appreciate that so much. A lot of you just really, really helped. And that was really beautiful, really incredible. And we raised the money and all because of you guys. So I can't thank you guys enough. So let me do, Heather, I wish you were on video, but let me just spend a couple minutes with you. Your 16-year-old son passed away in March, and my condolences go out to you. There really are. There's no magic words to fix this. There's no magic words to make it great or make it perfect by any means. I feel like it was such a tragic passing, a very quick passing. So I feel like there wasn't even enough time for you to kind of gather your thoughts or have an opportunity to say goodbye. But I feel like your son gives me the sense of never being able to keep him down. I just feel like he was always on the go, mind racing, body racing. Yeah. I just feel like with me, thank you. I just feel like, with me, he just was always going, right? And just a sense like running in the door, running out the door. Yes. Running in the door, running out the door. And I just, but always like a good attitude. I feel like he has a good attitude and always in there I have to say he feels very mature for his age. He feels very mature for 16. And he gives me a lot of sense of just this, what's crazy, Heather, okay? I swear it'll be like an orb, but you will see a light flying in and a light flying out. So it's almost like a light flashing by you. I know he shows that. I know he shows that to you. So when you see that out of the corner of your eye, or something's coming in, or it's, you're in bed at night and there's this flash coming in, I want you to know that is him. I want you to know, okay? I don't know if you call him smoking or smoking something he wasn't supposed to smoke, but he brought his hands up here. So I'm wondering if you caught him doing something or you did it but he's letting me know he's a good boy. Like, Mom, I'm a good boy. I want you to know that I'm a good boy. Okay. I think the lights flicker and I didn't realize it was him. Yes. And you're saying yes to the smoking or catching him smoking, something he shouldn't be smoking. I don't want to get him in too much trouble. We all know. But Mom, he's fantastic. And I think the hardest thing, I think the hardest thing is your son has a great presence. I mean, he has a great presence to him. And that presence is always going to be around you. You're going to feel it, you're going to sense it. There's going to be people that are always telling you they miss it and they miss him. And, but I also know, I feel like he is right there. He's letting you know he's okay. I think what we did to honor him, he really loves what people did to honor him. And I feel like it's letting you know that he is so with you, and he loves how he was honored, and he felt extremely loved. I think you guys did a bench or a plaque for him. He shows me this, and I feel like he feels like he's going to be here forever. There's something that we have, like a little bit of a monument for him, and he absolutely loves that you guys did that. Okay. So I want to send you all his love. Okay. I want to thank everybody for joining me, for being here. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. We put the link for the upcoming events. Come and join me. And I will see you guys next week. Please feel free to share, subscribe to the podcast. You can listen to it in your car and everything. It would be great. So lots of love to you. And thank you guys so much. And have a beautiful, beautiful night.
Thank you for listening to the Colby Rebel Show. Be sure to follow Colby on social media at Psychic Rebel. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please head on over to iTunes to leave a review to help Colby grow the tribe. Colby is an international psychic medium, teacher, best-selling author, and speaker. She is a master teacher of the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development and is the owner of the Colby Rebel Spirit Center in Los Angeles. Visit colbyrebel.com.